Atlas. Commonly known these days for their stylistic story-driven puzzle and RPG games with adult themes like their Catherine, Shin Megami Tensei, and Persona franchises, was once known for developing and publishing some North American NES games based on licenses like Karate Kid, Friday the 13th, and Wacky Races. Even their Megami Tensei games that released solely in Japan on the Famicom at the time were based on existing novels. Their first NES game not derived from an existing work was Rockin Kats. Let's check it out. Rockin Kats, while not derived from any existing work, looks like it could be. The cover art looks like it's based on an actual cartoon about a cat detective. The cat's name is Willy, described as a rising young jazz cat in New York City. He goes by the stage name the Rockin Kat, presumably because he can really get down on that jazz. But you know how these things go. A local crime boss known as Muggsy, a Donkey Kong wannabe, kidnaps Willy's girlfriend Jill. No bueno. Like DuckTales or Little Samson, you can select the levels you want to play in any order using this TV set. There are 4 different levels you can play in any order, and finishing those will unlock the 5th and final level for you. Each level is unique, and that's appreciated. There are city streets, subways, mine carts, weird carnivals, graveyards, the desert, and even the sky. The bosses can be tough though, but at least each is different, like this singing dog you have to beat whack-a-mole style, this carnival dog that was actually pretty tough, and a rock-dropping bird. I hope it's rocks. Each section has a mini-boss too, everything from mechanical chickens to hovering pooches. This game has it all. Willy's gun fist is useful for more than just punching enemies in their enemy faces. It's crucial for getting around, for better or worse. You can use the arm to grab edges of things like pipes, light poles, and ledges, and then spin yourself around to create momentum for slinging Willy to a desired location. Easier said than done. I never quite got the hang of this to the point I was confidently accurate. Most of the time I just swung around and let go to see what would happen. You can also jump and punch down to jump higher, or you can punch a solid object to do a dash attack by shooting yourself backwards, though I managed to do this more on accident than anything. You can also jump on hydrants and squirt enemies, which never isn't fun. Back at the Stage Select television, there are 2 other channels labeled S and B. S is the shop. As you play, you'll collect money you can spend here, and you shouldn't have problems affording anything after playing the first level, as thankfully the game isn't stingy. You can purchase bombs to toss at enemies, great for when enemies are below you or out of reach. You can purchase a twin shot that is fairly weak, but it can at least hit enemies across the screen. You can get a hammer punch, which packs quite a punch, with the caveat being you can't grab ledges with it, so you'll need to switch back and forth using select. You can also buy some jet sneakers for getting around with more finesse, and an extra life. Instead of buying an extra life though, just gamble. If you choose B on the select screen, you can play in 3 bonus stages. One is basketball, where you have to use the arm swinging mechanic to shoot yourself into a basket. It's aggravating and not really worth it. You can also do a pipe toss, where you catch balls dropping out of this pipe by holding down the shoot button for Willy to grab things and then slinging it toward the pipes, each one worth a different prize. This is a good way to earn cash back if you get good at it. The best way to get lives though is to play roulette. After 4 or 5 tries, you're bound to land on the 3 extra lives bonus at least once, if not a few times. This should be all you need for a while. Overall, the game is a well-made good time. Stage selects in NES games are great, so you can at least change it up a bit when you become inevitably stuck or frustrated. And I should say, while this game starts out as a simple run and fist gun platformer, the stages and bosses toward the end will require some practice. Luckily, you can jump right to stage 4 to practice it, and the rest will be a breeze after a while. The game is colorful, has a great cartoony aesthetic that almost feels like a Capcom Disney game meets Bionic Commando, and the music is fun and upbeat. And if you run out of lives, you can either continue or opt for a password for later, so that's good. Well, that does it for Rockin Kats. Definitely a game I'd recommend for those who enjoy cats and NES-era platformers to try. Alright, don't use a cat as a basketball, and thanks for watching.